Hello, my fellow illuminaries. If you keep watching this video, it will be 400% off your next minute. Throughout my childhood and my young adult life, I have been a console gamer. And you see, on console, this concept of 400% off your next purchase was very foreign. Booklet, case, disc, that's my pocket. As soon as we get into this digital space, I'm starting to feel like a dinosaur. Tyrannosaurus Rex just turning into a fossil soon. You know what was cool about the PlayStation 1? It was a new console, so a lot of the mistakes it was made actually made for like a better gaming experience. We used to copy games, guys, and we used to put a little piece in it to make it run faster. Like we were straight up here pirating games in the most ghetto way possible. And you know what? I enjoyed every moment of it. But when I try to talk about Bushido Blade and how this game is super cool, all I get is Zelda and Mario. I have such a different frame of reference from a lot of people who grew up playing games. Like you go up like World of Warcraft, I'm like, bro, you ever played the Strega? Like there was so many games. There was like Software Seconds was like the used gaming store. We used to go in there like every week and just see if there was a new game for me to buy. And my dad was a big gamer, you know, before he had to work 12-hour shifts just for us to survive. So it's a real way of passing. It's something near and dear to my heart. So when people just don't know like some of these games even exist and they're over here playing Fortnite or Call of Duty for the 15th time, used to have to make different games. Thank goodness there's indie developers nowadays, or we might be cooked. But unfortunately for gamers like me, I was very disenfranchised because there was no shift between us playing games, used games, going to GameStop, you know, finding a thrift shop game and playing it, and then the next generation of gaming starting with like the PS3, where you have to basically find a PS3 with backwards compatibility like a treasure hunt. It put me in a pretzel. Now, if you have technological, maybe, you know, you had access to the internet and all that stuff, you were fine. Me, I was out here like, bro, what happened to all the games? The PS3 in particularly kind of sold me up the river, almost making it an honest requirement for you to get a PC if you wanted to emulate some of the great games that you thought was super cool and fun, like BugRider. Y'all ever played BugRider? None of y'all got the experience hopping on a bug and riding it in a race. I feel bad for you. So when gaming developers switch their whole style up between, you know, who actually makes the games, I go, first time, huh? I just think it just happens all the time. Maybe people saying they're progressing, revolutionizing, and all this stuff, but I think they're actually taking step backwards. They're not looking at the actual successes that their company have made in the past and saying, you know what, we can build on top of that. You know what, gaming series like Grand Theft Auto, one of the few that actually survived the purge between my era of gaming, which is like PS1, PS2, PS3, and this era of gaming. Like seriously, Grand Theft Auto 3 was hype when I was a kid. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 6 is releasing next year and it has just as much hype as it did way back then. Now, some of their gaming franchises Rockstar had before kind of fell to the wayside. I remember Max Payne, where you actually had to lean over a desk to actually heal yourself. One of the few games where cops were really badass. I mean, he was a retired DEA agent doing Neo-like matrix moves and bullet time. And bullet time is one of those things that are just not used enough. And you're not even doing the right thing. You're not doing the you're not even, they're not even doing that. They're doing something like, hey, we're just gonna freeze the screen and let you come up with it. I'm like, no, man, give me a whole animation. I don't want to do it myself. If I wanted to do it myself, I would have did it myself, just like I did it right now. You see? That's how you do it. And when a game adds in like this side concept into their game, I think there's like a production curve side project drop off. Like Call of Duty Black Ops War Wars, when the first zombie maps was introduced and it was called Knock. See, it was way down here in production value. You could tell it was just an add-on. And then as the games progressed, it goes up and up and up. And I think the peak was like Ascension, Call of Duty Black Ops. I think that was the peak zombies maps. And then as the production keeps going up and up and up, I think the value keeps going down and down and down because you're doing the same thing over and over. The innovation isn't changing. The production is, the how it looks is. You're putting a different wrapper on the same candy. And for some people, judging by the sales, that is totally fine. But for me, someone who grew up playing all these different types of games, you lose interest by the time you put that wrapper in a different, that candy in a different wrapper for the 15th time. It's 2025, and I think some of these IPs need to either die, take a break, or get a move on, because this is getting ridiculous. Like Zelda, the Breath of the Wild series, keeping that alive. Mario, I think it needs a break. Mario Kart, bro, you don't need to make a new Mario Kart. Just update the other one. It's literally the same game. Yeah, some new maps. Yeah, some new. That's all you getting. And you know what? I do have a bias towards Nintendo because Nintendo is like nothing to me. But I mean, even if you look at the PS2, they have put a lot of their games, or PlayStation, I should say, have put a lot of their games on the shelf now. Ratchet and Clank is on the shelf. Sly Cooper is on the shelf. I haven't even seen a Jack and Daxter game in years. I mean, even Xbox, before this Gears of War thing, they've been putting their games on the shelf. Halo has been on the shelf forcibly by just being absolutely trash, like, for the past few years. And then you have other games where you have to forcibly put on the shelf, like Borderlands. Borderlands need to forcibly be put on the shelf. We need no more Borderlands. I remember the first Borderlands. It was good. I liked it. It was a looter shooter, but these things did not really exist in mass when that game came out. My friend said it looked like Beautiful Joe. Y'all remember Beautiful Joe? The 3D cell shading? Y'all remember that? Shout out if y'all remember that. But yeah, we sit in here actually thinking that these games nowadays, like Borderlands, should actually be coming out in 2025. Someone thought that was a good idea. And then we got news. Did y'all see the news where they thought they could overprice us for Borderlands? Paying $100 for Borderlands will never be acceptable. Never, ever. No more sloganeering. No more coming back to where it all started. I want new. Give me new. Xbox, they dropped some new. I saw their showcase. Some new. No more Resident Evil. Y'all can keep it. I don't want no more. How many y'all gotta make? How many we need? I really don't need the same game all the time, guys. Listen, to fans of you guys who love the same game over and over again, did you try just asking for more DLC for the games you already play? Oh, that reminds me, when they try to actually do World of Warcraft and they said, yeah, we want all the old stuff because the new stuff sucks. The dude laughed at him on the stage and said, no, you don't want that. That's literally, yo, instead of laughing at that, guys, maybe I should really think about that as a little snippet on how game developers and people in those positions actually think. They think nostalgia is a bad thing, but they keep repackaging it. It makes no sense. There's no plot line logic in their thinking. For real. If they had logic, they would just re-release the games with DLCs and different maps. Yeah, my fellow illuminaries, I think I'm done here today. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe for more videos on the Gabe Coy channel.